it all depends of, the depth of the character or the situation. But if I have to think about something in the past that I've been dealing with, I was shooting Lady, and we had like this scene of like her it was her husband at the moment. He got killed in front of her in a really, violent situation. And just around those days, I had a friend, like a really close friend, that her husband got killed in a really violent situation. It was not related or similar, really, but it was just like having that feeling of, like being in love with someone that is being killed in front of you, and you cannot do anything to stop it. So I think just the violence of death, because it touches me, like because of the story of violence in my country or the war, or because I had like my friend lived that just weeks before I had to do that scene. When you're not only acting or saying the words that they send you on a paper, but you're actually, telling the story of a woman that suffered a lot from that situation, and those situations leave like really deep scars in people's souls, so those are the kind of situations that you go there, you are on set, and you're acting, and this is the words you have to say, and the director's there, and the lighting and the microphone and everything, but you're also kind of healing the pain of someone, because that was real. Even if I'm not that person, even if if I haven't lived something like that, I just feel it's part of acting to heal, especially those really horrible feelings, of pain. When you have to perform that, and you really connect as Natalia, the actor, with that, I think you're healing that story, that character, or maybe yourself. So I think those have been maybe the most painful scenes, when I deeply connect with those feelings. If I'm not afraid before going on stage or going on set, it's because I'm not involved or excited, and I don't like doing that kind of work. For me, it's really important to be excited and to be kind of nervous and to be like anxious. Of course, when you are doing a play and you're doing it for the first time, you're more scared than when you've done that for 100 times. But anyway, we were doing like a theater festival, and we were doing like, I don't know, 4 plays a day, and we've been doing that for a year and a half. Even then, like you're excited, and you're afraid of, like I know the words, I know what I have to do, and I like, but you're alive, and anything can happen, and the audience, and how are they going to react? I have to move this. I hope this works, and the light and everything. So I think you always have to be, alive and knowing that anything can happen. So I'm always kind of nervous and excited about working. How do I deal with that? Well, like I try not to think about it, like how afraid I am, the fear, or trying not to see it, but just trying to be sure that I've done my homework, that I know the lines, and I just trust your process and be present and be open to hear whatever can happen and just react to it. But I think it's actually something that I enjoy, just that a little bit of fear of, like being vulnerable to art. I would say 2 things. One, my mother, that is not an actress or a director or anything, but I think moms, they have the best advices always. And it's something that she's always said to me, even when I was 9 and doing this theater plays. And she's always like, whatever you do, just do it with love. If you don't do your things with love, your work, your daily life, whatever, it just doesn't make sense. We're here to do that, like to enjoy, to be happy, and to do the things we do daily, everything with love. So that's what I try and do. Just do everything I do with love and conscious. But professionally, I cannot think of just one advice. I've gotten a lot and learned from many, but I just prefer the example. Like for me, it's like Linda Hamilton. She was so respectful and she was never telling me what to do. Like she was like, oh, do this or you should do that. She was not telling me what to do. She was being something that I want to be. Like she was being so professional, always on time, always with her, lines, and worried about the scene and worried about like her character. And she's 64 and she was like, we were shooting 12 hours all night and it was 6 a.m. and I was so exhausted. I was so tired. And she was like, okay, what's next? Let's do it. Let's go. Hey, everyone. She was so generous and so hardworking that it was just the best advice ever. Just like, that's the thing. That's something that is a big reference for me. It's a big thing that I want to be, like just by example, just by doing her best, just by doing it with love. I think she is such an inspiration for me. It's all uncertain. We don't know what is gonna happen. I had 2 projects. I had 2 movies. One that we were shooting in Ohio in April, and another one in May. But they don't know yet. Like they are ready. The script is ready. The money's ready. Everything is ready. But we're just like waiting to see when can we shoot. But the only thing that I know is just this time we've been watching so much things, series, movies. People need content right now. We need stories. And we've realized how important the movies are, the series are. Art is important. And it has made our life so much easier during, like this quarantine. So I think there's going to be a lot of work. We still don't know how are we going to make it, like real. How are we going to shoot? How is that gonna change? But there's work coming. I'm really excited. There's like this French, actually he's a French director that the Ohio movie is with, and Vincent Cassel, and it's just like a really good, deep, dark story, and I just can't wait to like go back to work. But we're gonna see how. I must say thank you for having me, for inviting me, for researching, watching my material, and that's it. Thank you all for watching, for connecting, for being interested in my work and films in general.